You're live.
Hello?
All right. Here we are. Deafening applause.
Hello. Hello, friends. Thanks for joining us on our summer Moonstream. I'm going to start this one with, kind of a lullaby. I wrote it for the babies, but it could also be for you. Mystic creatures from the great beyond, how did you get here? Where will you go next? There are solar systems in your irises, and an uncharted wilderness in your fingertips. Midnight travelers sail across the sky. Now you have touched down into this new world, and you are already blessed. You are already whole. You are already forgiven. You are already home. You are made from the stuff of stars. You are already who you are. You are already blessed. You are already whole. You are already forgiven. You are already home. You are made from the stuff of the stars. You are already who you are, already who you are, already who you are. Thanks, Evan. If you haven't been introduced, if you're new because you just saw me on a week on Monhegan Island in Maine, and you haven't met Evan, well, that's Evan. And
How you doing? I forget I can talk at any time. It's my house, so pretty much I can just
you
yeah, I
can.
can just exist.
You can.
I'm still getting used to.
But should you? Sorry. Sorry, I'm feeling hammy.
Well, you're looking just great.
Thank you.
You're looking very beautiful.
Thank you.
Let's see what we got going on. We want to encourage you
To say hello.
to speak up in the chat. Oh, hi, Karen.
Karen. New friends, new friends. Love making all those new friends.
Molly insisted on starting with that tune. Very beautiful song. I learned early on in my career that if you're going to play an off kilter, like a off-brand song, that you do it the first song of the second set. But Molly was really into doing it the first song of the first set. And since we only have one set, say la vie.
Also, it's the song that is hardest, full disclosure, hardest for us to collaborate on and partner up. And there's a lot of like pushing and pulling, not in a good way. But so I just thought we could get that out of the way. We crushed. We did great, and now I feel like we're really on the same team.
Okay. At any moment, I'm just gonna stop there.
There we are.
I tried. Yeah.
Here's a song called "Work I've Done." 1, 2, 1, 2. used to sail a merchant ship. I used to run an army outfit. I used to build red brick walls. I used to run a cattle call. I used to lay the track out west. I used to drive a team of horses. I used to work a mighty crane. I used to drive a whistle steam train. Woo-hoo, 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 ah. Who's to keep the work I've done, and where do I go now? And who is to keep the work I've done, and where do I go now? I used to be a king of men. It used to matter what I thought and said. I used to drive the hammer in. I used to have these hands that listen. I used to see my shadow tall, feel my heartbeat strong. Now I only hear a night bird go. Woo-hoo, 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 ah. Woo-hoo, 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 ah. Good news, ready? 1, 2, ready, go. I wanna breathe clean air, and we wanna eat good food. Don't wanna be afraid when we take our kids to school. We all want a fair shake and just a little break, and we wanna know we're loved when we make the big mistakes. That's the good news. That's the good news. Everything you want, I want it for you too. That's the good news. That's the good news. That's the good news. I'll need to pay the rent, and we try to find a way to do some other things that make us happy every day. Y'all wanna feel alive, and we wanna know we're safe, no matter where we're from or who we love or how we pray. That's the good news. That's the good news. Everything you want, I want it for you too. That's the good news. That's the good news. That's the good news. We all want to know it's okay to be quiet and okay to be loud. somebody proud. Y'all wanna die with grace, and we wanna leave this place with some of the love and the beauty that we made. That's the good news. That's the good news. Everything you want, I want it for you too. That's the good news. That's the good news. That's the good news. Nicely sung, Eben.
Oh, thank you.
No, there was like a little bit of movement in there that I don't usually hear, and I quite enjoyed it.
Those beautiful little sweat balls on your lip
Oh my
are reminding me
gosh.
of our first date.
I know, I'm sweaty. I'm a sweaty person. What's that you say? The good news, didn't I hear about the news today? Well, I did, but as Eben's Aunt Janny says, you can change laws, but you can't put ideas back in the box. So you can overturn Roe, but you can't change everybody's minds, and you can't change the strength and solidarity that people
Well, then
have.
fuck it, I quit.
Anyway, that's all I had to say about that. And
But you know what? I just want to add. I want to say this to all the tens and tens of people out there tonight. I actually think that our imaginations are crazy powerful. That's all I'm going to say.
It's true. Evan was talking about something recently. He was like, I hope. And our teacher friend was like, don't hope, imagine.
I was like,
And then maybe imagine the next little piece of
also, who
work to
who
come
the heck
into
are you?
and
John Lennon or something? Come on, give me a break, man.
to show you the next thing to do, the next right move. I'm waiting for it. What are you people saying? Oh,
Just that the sound is good. That's always.
Actually, yeah. Say anything. Can you? Are we clipping? Evan sound checked without me.
They say it's good.
Everybody says it's good. Sounds good.
Wait, somebody deleted something.
Lighting's a
Don't
little.
retract your messages.
Oh,
Come on, let it rock. Okay. We
Okay.
gotta play some more music.
We're gonna keep playing.
This
There's
one's
a
called.
sexy song about getting older. What?
What?
Oh, yeah, I got it. I'm ready. What do you wanna know? Before we turn the lights down low, baby, we can take it slow. What do you wanna know? What do you think you'll see when you come undress me? Am I how you hope I'll be? What do you think you'll see? I got one scar on my shoulder, I've got marks on my two sides, I've got a little girl to show for it, so I ain't tryna hide. I gotta trust in my own person, I've got sugar in my blood, I've got a boiling in my body, I don't give to just an L. What do you wanna know? Before we turn the lights down low, baby, we can take it slow. What do you wanna know? What do you think you'll see when you come undress me? Am I how you hope I'll be? What do you think you'll see? Now I get a batotoba, is it a soul? Now I get that I ain't perfect, but I sure put in my time, and I know just what I want now, and I won't apologize. 'Cause when I look in the mirror at the way my face has changed, what I see is all the work I've done just to make it to this stage. I've been told that my years, they show, so I like to show you just how bold I am since I got old. I like to show you just how bold I am since I got old.
check out those little red lights there. If it gets into red, we're clipping. I'm going to turn it down just a touch. But...
We're pretty high-tech over here. So high-tech that you might hear the intermittent cries of a not yet asleep baby coming through the wall right there. It's an insulated wall, like a soundproofed wall, but nonetheless, we do have my mom. My wonderful moms in the house have saved us. Evan's mom was here for a week while I was gone. And my mom's here now playing a board game with Otis and checking on the babes when they squawk.
You may want to turn up just a little bit more to correct for that. If you're one of the, turn up your speakers, turn the microphone up. No, you get the idea. You may want to correct. I just had to turn down what's called the gain levels on both microphones. And so if it's a little softer, just turn that volume knob up. Hopefully you're watching on a big screen TV with one of those old-fashioned systems with like layers and layers and layers of consoles beneath it, all with lights lighting up, because, adds to the experience.
I compelled Evan to bring this song back into the set.
I'm really happy about it, actually.
Good. He had kind of reined us in so we would be a little more cohesive musically.
Well, in fairness, I was trying to do that all along.
Well,
kind of just was unsatisfied with my results. At one moment, I was listening to us, and I was thinking, man, we are doing such a good job of what we're trying to do, but it really just sounds like we're a band that has the drums and bass muted, and it's like I want to sound like something.
We want to sound like an acoustic duo.
Yeah, well,
so here we are.
It wasn't actually my first choice, but it came naturally, it came organically.
They don't need to know all that. So this is a song that was off the last album. In fact, I sort of wish we had titled the whole last album. This song is called Keep the Spark. It's called Keep the Spark. I'll roll into the other one, remember? Has anybody said anything?
I don't know. Is Kat here? I haven't seen her yet, but I'm going to go ahead and just do this one time for posterity. There. If you would like to donate to the cause, 100% of your tips go to benefit the performing artist. And there is, right there, is where you can find
we should take
info.
It off now. That's good.
Okay, all right.
I like that you did
really
that.
Long. That was a long time.
You can do it later.
Okay.
It can't be up there while we sing. That's weird. Keep the spark. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I heard something on the news about this, how to keep the spark. If we're holding to the mysteries, where we've been and who we are. Fell in love in one spring day. Are we ever gonna feel the same? We're changing shape now, no other way out. I'll give you both my hands and a place to land as we come down. I'll be your friend as the honeymoon ends. In our bodies every 7 years, all our cells replace. How is it so surprising then that we don't talk or act the same? We walked the length of Broadway. Do you remember us that way? We're changing shape now, no other way out. I'll give you both my hands and a place to land as we come down. I'll be your friend as the honeymoon ends. we watch the full moon from the piers. How can we come together year after year? We're changing shape now, no other way out. I'll give you both my hands and a place to land as we come down. I'll be your friend as the honeymoon ends. I'll be your friend as the honeymoon ends. Well, it's harder than it should be. No, I'm just gonna say, I wrote this during the Kavanaugh hearings, and it's all coming full circle. Well, it's harder than it should be not to be a total asshole, and it's harder than it could be to feel free. I once felt 5 minutes of pure bliss, or maybe 3, where I saw sequin silver sparkles at the heart of everything. And then I went back to treating my body bad. Then I went back to wrestling with my mind. I decided it was too hard to be kind. And it's harder than it should be to build a world for everybody. And it's harder than it could be to make change. I once had a vision of a chorus calling out to me. Was 1984. We Are the World was on TV. And then we went back, treating our planet bad. And then we went back to squeezing out a dime. We decided it was too hard to be kind. It's harder than it could be to tell you all the ways I love you and say why I am so grateful that you're mine. I once made a promise in front of people as the sun set, so I never will stop trying. I am trying to be kind. Pretty. How's it going so far? How are you doing?
Let's see what we got here. Sounds great. Keep breathing, says David Foster. Oh,
that's
thank
you,
a good
David.
segue, David. Thank you.
Thank you, David. David's one of my patrons, and every week I write an essay, and sometimes it's about things that I read, and sometimes it's about my unraveling as a human. And anyway, I'm breathing, and we're here, and it feels good. Oh, and so every week I read an essay, and then I also put a video up on Patreon. And they're often new songs and sometimes covers, and sometimes I take a poem and set it to music.
Okay. Her Patreon is like Vanity Fair worthy. It's so good. It's like it's a good read, and you're lucky. I am the luckiest man alive because I just hear her singing in the house all day long, random times. I come home, and she doesn't know this, but it's usually the best time of my day. I think to myself, if only I could provide the opportunity so that you were just always around singing, then we'd really have achieved success.
I was always around singing?
Yeah, like wherever you were just with a guitar.
Oh, like
singing.
I could be singing?
You could just always be singing your songs. Right now, we're focusing
dancing.
on sweating.
Sweating. Dancing is also a nice one, right, people?
Yeah, nice
when
one.
You're like, okay, breathing, looking out the window. These are all nice things to do for yourself.
So what do you guys all think about this seasonal Moonstream thing? I mean, it's working for us.
It's perfect. Like once a quarter, I think is just ideal.
And I'm trying to up the game every season. You know, make. This time we're using a real camera, for instance. I don't know if you can tell the difference.
Eben's also wearing a tank top,
Right?
and that's
It's serious game up.
leveling up.
Level up.
This is a song.
Oh, and what's up, Chris Miller and all the Millers down there in
Oh,
Virginia, tuning in.
sweethearts. My sweethearts.
I'm not gonna be ready for a second on this.
My families. Yeah, this is a song I wrote after living in Texas for 10 years and doing a lot of traveling out to the hill country. This story came floating down into my mouth.
Sorry.
No, don't be. I'm quite comfortable with an
You're
awkward
always-
awkward pause.
You've never hated that at all. Never once.
But I
think
can
it's really funny that
self-regulate better now, and I
It's
can
true.
handle the awkward pause.
But I think it's funny for our friends to see how we are when we just hang out, like to see the performance version.
Because when we hang out, it's similar.
It's not as glossy.
Yeah, when we hang out, it's much less glossy. Less smiling. I'm compelled to smile now, but somehow in the backyard over hot dogs, I'm like, the buns are burned. Anyway, sorry, that's not necessary. It's always this glossy. Ah. This is called My Sister Evangeline. It'll be a new single soon. I almost said it'll be on the next
Someday.
record, but it'll be a new single. 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm at the Love's Rest stop on Highway 10. I fill up on sweet tea again and smile in every single stranger's face. No one hears from where I came. No one cares about my last name, so I can stretch out wide and take up space. I think that I've heard it said, no matter where you go, you're still in your head. But I will give this my biggest try to get out of the shadow, out of the shadow, out of the shadow of my sister Evangeline. Evangeline. Old El Paso working class, my family moved before the crash and did their best to feed a home of 8. Guess who the teachers always loved? Guess who Daddy was so proud of? And guess who got crowned prom queen 2 years straight? Guess who brushed hair, auburn hair? Guess who is always watching from the top stair? And guess who's leaving while there's still time to get out of the shadow, out of the shadow, out of the shadow of my sister Evangeline. Evangeline. didn't even have that far to drive. Just crossed the state line up to Santa Fe. Then I got real bad news from my doc about this cough that will not stop. And guess who showed up that next Saturday? Guess who brought me soup and tea? Told me stories about our whole family and how my parents danced me as a baby. Did you love me all this time? Did you love me all this time? Did you love me all this time, Evangeline? Did you love me all this time? Did you love me all this time, Evangeline?
That felt good.
You told me a story about how the world came to be, but you glossed over the hard parts of our history. You told me a fable, one that I might be proud of, about how this land was made for everyone. Tell me the whole story, I'll let it break my heart, let my worldview come apart. Maybe from the ashes we might build something new. Oh, but I don't even know what work to do. You taught me a lesson about how the country's colorblind. If you're honest and you work hard, you'll be fine. And I learned it in my classrooms, learned it on the news and TV, which are all produced for those who look like me. Tell me the whole story, I'll let it break my heart, let my worldview come apart. Maybe from the ashes we might build something new. Oh, but I don't even know what work to do. Why did I never question how the West was really won? Why do we never mention where all that money comes from? You told me a story about how the world came to be, but you glossed over the hard parts of our history. You told me a fable, one that I might be proud of, about how this land was made for everyone. Thank you for listening.
Kathleen Rasberger says, now I know why your mom is so proud of you after all of these years.
My mom is really proud of me. She would hand out my CDs to just people who would never like my CDs, right? Just everybody. Yeah, she's pretty great. So there was recently my, Ravenel, my daughter, took my watch off and like fully lost it, and I lose everything all the time, so I'm always like, it'll come back if it's supposed to come back, and it never did, and it's changing my, most things are way better, because I'm not constantly like, it's just every so often I find like a digital clock on the microwave and adjust. But we don't have a microwave in here, and this
it is 8:36.
Oh wow, we're just like blowing through because we did all those rolls. Did y'all notice? Just a roll, just one song under the other, clean, professional, leveling up. for the summer
By the
Moonstream.
way, y'all, you can go ahead and share this right now as it's happening. People can totally tune in for the last half, and you can watch it for the whole rest of the weekend or kind of forever. I don't know if we're taking them down. So don't be shy now. Spread the love. Think of the feeling that you have right now, and think about others for a change, and just share.
Tell your friends.
Yeah.
Tell your friends.
No, I'm always so sincere, and then the sincerity plane I'm working on that. I just trying to figure out how to just be sincere. It's scary, right? I think it's a little scary.
It's also scary when like you're being sincere, because I'll start to get uncomfortable, and like when I'm too sincere in this context, it's like, oh no, bail out.
Where's our towel? Let me get that towel.
Where's our towel? We're sweating. We're sweaty Eddies. All right. Well, this is a song kind of in the similar vein, like a comedian, in a similar vein to that last song. I heard, oh no, I'm blanking on his name, but he wrote Falling Upward. I want to say he's like a lovely Jesuit priest. I think it's David Orr. I'm butchering that. But anyway, he said something like humanity is in its adolescence. We're in our adolescence. It's a way of thinking about it that kind of things, well, anyway, I like to think of it that way. It's like, oh yeah, we're just freaking out right now. We're going through a big old change. And this song is kind of about like, are we gonna stay separate? Are we gonna band together?
How do we reconcile the ghosts of the past?
It's a little of that, but that was more the last song. Anyway.
Our upcoming shows are now listed.
I see that. I see that on the screen.
Levitt Pavilion, I believe last I checked, the tickets were already at $550 and climbing. And it is a beautiful free show. You do have to reserve tickets, but it's right here in Connecticut. So make sure to come out to that one and see us there if you can. It should be one of our favorite shows ever.
Yes, and the Boston show is also very near and dear to our hearts, Club Hassim. So if you're anywhere near Boston on August 6th, come on out. Okay, get that off there. So
Should
here's
do this one more time. Oh, whoops. Okay.
Oops.
So bad.
Here we go. Ready?
Reminding all. Oh, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for everybody who's already contributed to the Manny Otis and Ravenel Fund. It's a lot easier now that we have the kids and we can blame it on them.
Because it's really from my jewelry.
Yeah.
No, this is all my grandmother's jewelry.
You back off just a little bit. You're crowded.
I'm crowding you.
Yeah.
Well, it's weird. I want to look here.
yeah.
Anyway.
All right,
Okay.
well, yeah, whatever.
Let's play.
Yeah, no. The very small
One,
studio. We're going to upgrade soon.
But it's going to be fast. I'm just going to start. Like,
No, let's start together.
is this right?
Yeah, one. Go ahead. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4.
This is not autobiographical. It's just, well, no, it is, because it's just humans trying to be humans. Messy humans. My granddaddy came to these shores to be free. Heard the bell when it rang. He tilled the land that was once for the native man, and he kept his head down as he sang. I've been here working this field. I've been giving my blood, my sweat, my time. I swear I'll give you a piece of this parcel as soon as I get what's mine. I doubt I came home from the second grade, wore a job and a loan from the bank. His compatriots did not get the same treatment, and he kept his head down as he drank. I've been holding this steel to the fire with machines on assembly lines, and I swear I'll give I'll be peace of my fortune as soon as I get, as soon as I get what's mine. Options and shares in the fix. My kids will now go to the schools that I wanted to. It's just the way that it is. And I've been there working with paper and pencil. I make sure these numbers align. And I swear I will share a piece of my castle as soon as I get, as soon as I get what's mine. Ooh. Thanks, guys. Here's a song that I wrote for my dad.
Oh, yeah.
It was I had a couple of really great dreams shortly after my dad passed, and we start together? Okay.
No, you go.
It's fun to see friends seeing friends on the chat. Taught me to speak true. This is what it sounds like a mouth of marbles, fumbling with the rules. Taught me to think. See, when you're doing this while I'm singing, don't.
Okay, start over. That was such a beautiful start. I'm sorry. There's a lot going on. It's it's still
right here.
a new format.
Eyes right
okay,
here.
Eyes right here.
Okay.
Got it. You got it. I love you.
When we're fumbling around, not saying anything, that's when you can look at the chat. Taught me to speak true. This is what it sounds like a mouth of marbles, fumbling with the rules. Taught me to be fair. Is this what it looks like keeping people happy and trying to swim through air? True north I cannot find. There went my peace of mind with you on the other side. Who was I as a child? This willful and this wild, would we have reconciled? Taught me to want more. This is what it feels like making tough choices. Feels like closing doors. Taught me to think free, but all it ever seemed like a swarm of contradictions fighting back at me. True north I cannot find. There went my peace of mind with you on the other side. Ooh. as a child, this willful and this wild, would we ever reconcile? Taught me to love hard, so this is what it hurts like feeling full and empty, staring at the stars. Taught me to speak true. This is what it sounds like me asking questions. Sounds a lot like you. That one's on our last album, if you want to hear it again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is fun, guys. We have a pretty new one. This is new. I played it last week, but before that I had not played it.
And I just curious, pop quiz. Well, let's see. Let's make sure we're saying everything we're supposed to say. Oh yeah. Someone mentioned we should put this up again.
Oh yeah, put that up. Put the shows up. The upcoming shows
again. Shows. While I'm doing this, type me in the chat if anyone can hear the faintest little birds on the microphone, because we have the window open, and it's this weird perverse joy of mine to allow the sounds of birds to bleed onto microphones. It's like my favorite thing.
I just read a thing from Maria Popova, brain pickings, but now like marginarian. Anyway, marginarian.
I'm sure that's just right.
It is. I think she has beautiful essays she writes every week. She reads kind of a lot of classic literature and then writes about it. And there was a story about this cellist who would perform in England with a nightingale, and she could just make it happen at the same time of year every year. So she convinced the BBC to come out and bring their recording equipment and broadcast live. So the BBC invested a whole bunch of money in this, of course, and it ended up happening, I think, every year for 20 years. And people just all over the world just would write about how their heart exploded hearing the sound of this. And what's wild is that they actually think that the very first recording was the world's first fake news, because the BBC was so worried that it was going to be fake that they called in this woman who could imitate a nightingale perfectly. And so the woman, and so when the BBC came, they're all in the bushes and they're probably scared. They perhaps scared away the nightingale. So the cellist played for an hour and a half before the nightingale kicked in, and then the nightingale kicked in. And even if it was a fake, then even the cellist was like, that finally it came in my heart soared. And so she might have been duped by the fake too. But in a way, it doesn't even matter, right? Again, what we imagine is really powerful. And if you build it, they will come. If you think it, we'll see. I started to get too earnest in it.
Yeah.
It made me feel awkward.
You guys, I have so much exciting news that I'm going to share with you over the coming weeks and months. But really, what I've been into is the idea of the phoenix lately, because the phoenix is a mythical creature. It's right now, I think it might be my favorite. It can rise from its own ashes. So it burns in this hellish display at the end of it's not the end of its life, it's the end of a cycle. It sort of it can live forever, but it burns in this terrible display, and yet it goes with grace to the flame because it knows it's nothing to fear. It's just the start of a new cycle. Its own egg hatches and rises from its own ashes. And I've just been so loving this concept that all these things that seem like a death are actually a rebirth as well. And that's sort of going to come into play with some of these amazing projects I'm involved with that I want to talk to you more about, including this record label I'm starting called Equitone Records, and also some of the work that I'm doing with the Solid Waste and Recycling Commission. But it's all, trust me, it all ties together.
Compost.
Amazingly. Yeah, there you go. Couldn't have said it better. So anyway, just thinking about the Phoenix, and this song is called Dead and Gone.
Dead and Gone.
But
And it doesn't mean that the burning isn't like excruciating. Speaking from someone who's going through their own little life cycle. But there we are. Here we are burning.
also, this is a brand new song. Molly wrote it. I'm super excited to play it. And keep your eyes out. We got a new single that's coming. We're going to start pushing it out real soon with a cool video. And yeah, stay tuned. Hit the subscribe button while you're here. Follow us somewhere that's important to you. And please, please stay connected.
Thanks.
I forgot.
We do the cool intro. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I stand on the 10th floor. I stare out the window. I see how the moonlight casts its long shadow. You were playing an old song. The U.S. baby was wrong. I say the old me is dead and gone. Dead and gone, dead and gone, dead and gone. Say so long. The old me is dead and gone. It used to be easy for me to get knocked down. I've always believed in the lies we all throw around. But now it's a new dawn, and I see what's truly going on. That old me is dead and gone. Dead and gone, dead and gone, dead and gone. Say so long. The old me is dead and gone. I stand at the window. I stare at the moonlight. Oh, baby, we done fussed enough for a lifetime. It hasn't been all wrong. We're still singing our sweet, sweet songs. That old us is dead and gone. Dead and gone, dead and gone, dead and gone. Say so long. The old me is dead and gone. Dead and gone, dead and gone, dead and gone. Say so long. The old me is dead and gone. The old me is dead and gone. Oh, it feels so good to play a new song. And we'll leave you with an old song. Do we have anything more to say? Is it that time? Yeah.
It's getting there.
About that time. It's a nice hour. It's a tight hour of music. This is the last one we were thinking of anyway. Oh. Guys.
It was too short. Yeah, it was too short. You gotta come see us at a live show. Come see us in Westport or Passim in Boston. Come see us in Cambridge. Come see us in Westport. Come see us at CT Folk in September. There's a few more shows on our calendar on our website.
Miss you.
Yeah, we love you guys.
It's really nice to feel your vibes.
It's nice to do this on a Friday. I feel you guys all just super relaxed in your own houses, like someone's eating something good right now. It's just like, yes, treat yourself.
I hope you're in your pajamas. We are from the bottom half down.
Woo-wee. As soon as we're done. 1, 2, 1, 2.
I was born underneath a weeping willow tree. That is where I swore my love to thee. I was born underneath the weeping willow tree. The only thing I know for certain is one day I'll be free. I shall be free. Innocent as first light of the morning, we swore our hearts together with a kiss. You were down on bended knee, and underneath that willow tree I was delivered from my loneliness. Eager as the summer buds to flower, we planned and dreamed of seasons still to come. Nearby to that willow tree we raised ourselves a family. Years flew by but days went on and on. I was born underneath the weeping willow tree. That is where I swore my love to thee. I was born underneath the weeping willow tree. The only thing I know for certain is one day I'll be free. Sudden as a cold front in September, a sleep came on from which you did not wake. I laid your body finally beneath that weeping willow tree. In my dreams I reach out for your face. I was born underneath the weeping willow tree. That is where I swore my love to thee. I was born underneath the weeping willow tree. The only thing I know for certain is one day I'll be free.
Is that it?
That's it. We could hold it all if we wanted.
Yeah. I mean, let's do it. Why not?
I feel like
I wanted two solos on that one. Oh,
Shoot.
it was my last one. I wanted
know.
an extra solo.
I'm sorry. Okay, we feel like we've come all this way. We got dressed up, or I did, and so we're just gonna play you one more song. And also, Tracy George is in the house, and I just can't get away with not doing this. But my son's not watching, so we can get away with not playing his song. He gets real sad if he's watching and we don't play this particular song that we're not gonna play.
Hold on, it's gonna take me a second.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna tune. Do we have anything else to tell you? Only that we're happy to be playing music with you. And every time we do it, it gets better. We feel better. You are better. Here we are together. What you want from this life, but I'm trying to do what I can, trying to be who I am, and I'm tired I'm tired. I'm a might and all my will. Only get me farther still. But I want to hold it all. To hold it all. Help me hold it all. Hold it all. God, I don't know what to do with this love that I've tasted. I've tasted, 'cause I can't put it down and I can't figure it out, and I'm wasted. I'm wasted. So it seems there's no escape. We are part beauty and part heartbreak, and I want to hold it all. To hold it all, help me hold it all. Hold it all. God, I don't know what you want from this life, but I'm trying. I'm trying.
That'll be the day when I die. Bye. Adios, y'all.